Okay, congratulations. You're logged on and ready to go. You now have access to all the free videos. Just click on the title of the video and it'll open up in your browser. This is Joe Crump again, and the purpose of this video is to walk you through this site and show you how to use it most effectively and give you an overview of how the push button method works. If you're like most of the folks who come to my site, you want to learn how to make money investing in real estate as quickly as possible. Also, if you're like most people, you probably don't have $1 million or even $100,000 to invest. And if you do, you probably don't know how to most effectively invest those dollars. The last thing you want to do is lose money. Believe me, I know from personal painful experience. Keep it safe until you know what you're doing. Everyone tells you that you have to have money to make money, but that's all wrong. If you can't make money with no money, you sure can't make money with money. Don't invest your money or your credit if you aren't 100% sure of what you're doing and what your risks are. And by the way, the only way you can be sure of what you're doing is if you've done it before. So that's a catch-22. You're stuck, right? No, not at all. What it means is don't invest money until you have experience investing with no money. The techniques I'm going to teach you in this program will make it possible for you to buy and sell properties without spending a dime of your own money and without ever needing to show anyone your credit report. You can do it part-time in 8 to 10 hours a week while you continue to work at your full-time job. You can get started making money with nothing more than a telephone and a newspaper. You don't need to spend any money on advertising or office equipment or fax machines or expensive computer hardware or worrying about setting up an LLC or an S corporation or any of the other things that everyone tells you you absolutely must have to start a business. All that stuff is just a distraction from what's really important, making money. I always tell my mentor students, do the things that make the money. Everything else is secondary, because if you focus on the things that don't matter, you won't make a dime. You don't need an office either. As a matter of fact, most of my students start out doing this at home. I still do it at home. I don't have a physical office outside my home. Your office can be anywhere you can go where it's reasonably quiet. You can do deals in your car while you commute, at the grocery, after the kids have gone to bed, during your coffee break at work, on the weekends. You don't need to spend any money to get started doing deals and bringing in thousands and thousands of dollars of income. You don't even have to be in the same city or even the same country where you do these deals. You could literally do business from the moon if you could get a cell phone connection. I'm going to show you how to start making thousands of dollars just by making a few phone calls and getting started. Okay, I know you've always heard that to start up a business, you need to expect all these startup things. You have to invest huge amounts of money and not expect any profits for at least 2 or 3 years in the future. I apologize to all the people who told you this, but frankly, they don't know what they're talking about. The first step to building a business is to start making money immediately. No business is viable without cash flow. Without money constantly coming in, you can't sustain yourself or your infrastructure, and you certainly can't grow. Unless you've got a rich uncle who wants to invest a few $1 million in your brilliant idea and doesn't mind waiting a few years to maybe get it back, you're going to have to start making money almost immediately. I've got students who make their first money in less than 2 weeks using the methods you'll learn in this program. Not everyone does it that fast, but I've seen it happen many, many times. By the way, you don't have to listen to the entire push button method training program to start making money. That could take you months. There's lots of stuff here. If you follow the directions that I give you in the quick start videos, you'll be making real bona fide offers on houses in less than 3 hours. I'm not kidding. You'll be making offers the first day, offers that real sellers will find attractive. In fact, our experience shows that 1 in 3 sellers we make this offer to seriously consider it. I'm talking about brand new, wet behind the ears investors that I just taught this method to making these offers. And for you, these are no risk, no cash, no credit offers. The only thing you'll have at risk is your ego. And that may not be a small thing. So that's the part of building a business, doing something that starts making you money immediately without spending money to make it happen. Part 2 is plugging that business into a system that'll make it happen over and over again consistently. Once you understand how to do these deals. I'm going to show you how to put your business on autopilot by using these systems I've created. The software, the websites, the databases, and outsourced workers to completely automate your business. That's why I call it the push button method, because if you use my techniques and the systems I've already created, you can set it up to do all the heavy lifting for you. Ultimately, you can extract yourself from your day-to-day business and let it run itself. The difference between a business and a job is that if you don't show up at your job, nothing gets done. Everything falls apart, and you probably get fired. If you have a real business and you don't show up, it doesn't matter. You've got systems in place to run the business without you. So, if it can't run without you, it's a job, and if it runs even if you aren't there and still provides you with a constant stream of income, it's a business. What I've done with the push button method is create a complete business system. Within that system are subsystems. Each of these subsystems integrate together like the gears of an expensive watch, meshing together to create a synergy that forces your business to grow, even if you're not right there, standing over it, constantly turning the crank. The many gears of a watch meld together to create one positive outcome, to tell you the time. The many subsystems of the push-button method also work together to create one positive outcome, and that outcome is money flowing into your bank account. Okay, so let's say now we have step one in place. You're making some money, creating some cash flow by flipping a deal or two, using nothing but your phone and the knowledge I give you. The first time you do this, it'll blow you away. You'll think to yourself, why didn't I figure out this years ago? It's so easy. Step two is to take this method for flipping deals. I call it the for rent method. You'll understand why in a little bit. So you take this method for flipping deals and plug yourself into the business systems and subsystems I've already created so you can make deals like this happen over and over and over again, consistently, reliably, profitably, and very inexpensively with a minimum of headaches. This automation, this systemization is what I call the push button method. So now you're automated. You can walk away and your business keeps going without you. Now you have a business. Now it's time to move on to step three. Making money, having a business, those things are great. They can change your life for the better, give you the things you want, and allow you to give a good life to the ones you love. And in my opinion, there's nothing better than that freedom. But what if that's not enough? What if you want to get rich? Making a few $100,000 a year is great. Most people don't need that much more than that to live very comfortably, and you can do that with my system. But because you're doing deals like this, the way I teach it, there's no reason not to get rich too. It just takes a few tweaks of the system, and it adds another stream of income and wealth. The way to get rich isn't rocket science. All you have to do is keep some of the properties that you're flipping and build a portfolio of valuable income-producing real estate. At the beginning, when you get started, you may not be comfortable holding properties. Even though the way I teach it, there's no money or credit at risk, even though I'm going to show you how to make a profit from them from day one. But they still may make you nervous because you want to make sure you protect the people you're working with, the buyers and sellers. And a little experience will make that easier to do. After you've done the for rent method for a while, you'll start to look at the numbers and realize how much money you've been leaving on the table with each deal. And a light bulb will flash on your head and start saying, maybe it's time to start keeping some of these properties. I'll show you how to buy these properties with nothing down, how to get the deed without qualifying for a loan and without triggering the due on sale clause. I'll show you how to keep these properties, just like my mentor students and I do, and also show you how to use them to make money today, get tax deductions today, have them managed 100% by someone other than you, so you never have to talk to a tenant or clean out a toilet. And then, in the future, when you retire, have those properties paid off and feeding you a regular income for the rest of your life, and then your children's life and your children's children's life. It really does work that way. Real estate is the closest thing I've ever seen to magic. I hope you're starting to get excited. I hope you're starting to see the possibilities of this system. Before I get into what you're actually going to learn from the videos on this site, I want you to understand how to implement this process for yourself. I've had too many people get my materials but never succeed. There are two reasons for this. One, they don't do the work. That's the obvious one. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a business-building program, and if you treat it like a business, I guarantee you'll make money. But if you don't follow through, if you don't do the things I set out for you, if you don't do anything, I guarantee you won't make a dime. So that's reason one. The second reason people don't make any money with my methods is because they do the wrong things. They don't focus on the things that are going to make them money. They may do what I teach, but they don't do them in the order that I tell them to. What I've done with this program is to show you exactly what you need to do to get started making offers today, immediately. After listening to just a few short videos, step 1, do this, step 2, do that, I tell you what to do step by step, in the order you should do it. Let me tell you a little story that I think will help you understand what's possible with this program. Not too long ago, I had a group of about 45 of my 6-month mentor students here in Indianapolis for one of my famous 2-day buying events. I do these events 3 or 4 times a year, and the only ones who get to come are folks who are in my 6-month mentor program. Everyone got together the night before the event in the hotel lounge to get to know each other. There were folks from New York to California, Canada to Texas, on to Hawaii, and many states in between. There was even a guy from Australia. Some of them were brand new to real estate investing. Some of them had been in my group for a while and had already seen a good deal of success using my methods. Saturday morning, the event started at 9 o'clock. The first thing I did was have 2 of my past students get up in front of the group and make phone calls to sellers. They both put together deals on their first call. A lot of my experienced students can do this. I set it up so that everyone in the room could hear both sides of the conversation with the seller over the PA system. Hearing is believing, and within 10 minutes, everyone in the room became a believer. These methods really do work, and they just aren't that difficult to implement if you know what you're doing. One of my students got a signature on the contract, and he placed a buyer from his list into one of those homes before he left the event Sunday night. And he did this from the conference room in Indianapolis, even though he lives in a different state and the house he sold is in a different state. The other student sent out a voice blast to his list of buyers that afternoon, and within minutes, a few of those people were calling for details and driving by the house later that afternoon. Each one of these guys have used my push button methods to build substantial lists of buyers. At last count, I think one of them had about 2,000 buyers and the other had about 1,200 buyers on his list, and he had just started building his list a few months ago. After they put those deals together in front of the class, I taught everyone how to structure deals like this. We went through a bunch of hypothetical examples and got everyone involved. I do a lot of hands-on Q&A in my seminar. I got into the new push button method material right after lunch, and I showed them how to use voicemail blasts right there at the event. I took a list of 121 real estate sellers that we compiled from leads in the newspaper. They're free. You just have to know where to look and what to offer them. And we blasted them a message. 10% of these sellers called us back and asked if we'd take their home. On one blast we did, nearly 40% called us back, and it was a big list. Now, that's just plain phenomenal. Very few direct marketing tactics work this well. After that, I taught how to use email blasts, snail mail blasts. I showed how to use web pages to gather leads and give them full access to these websites to use for their businesses. And by the way, everyone who joins my mentor program or buys my push button method program gets access to all of my push button method websites and autoresponders. There's a small server maintenance fee, but the setup that used to cost my students $500 is now free. The sites, their design, the autoresponder messages, all of the content required for the system is included in the cost of these programs. So after I showed them the websites, I taught the group about autoresponders. We were sending out sequential emails to both buyers and sellers to educate them, build a relationship with them, and get them to do what we want them to do. I wrote all of these emails, so all of my students needed to do was plug themselves into my system and start the mailing campaigns. It's as easy as filling out a simple online form. All the work is done for us by robots. I had a very smart IT guy create a piece of software that builds these sites for us with just a click of the button. We've been using this new technology for real estate investing for only a short time, and it's breaking all of our previous records. All this stuff happened on the first day of the two-day buying event. Now, you may be asking yourself, why am I telling you all the things we do at the buying event when you're at the push button website? The reason is I teach the same techniques on this website that you'll learn at the event. A lot of it for free, and the rest of it at a tiny fraction of the cost of being in my mentor program. That's why I'm so excited about this program. Anyway, the second day, I actually got everyone, the entire group, on the phone with live sellers in their own hometowns, and many of them put together real deals right there in the room. Everyone was doing deals. I didn't let anyone off the hook. If you're there, you're making offers and doing deals. If you can't do it and need my help, I'll be there to walk you through it. I'll even get on the phone with you if you need to. We don't throw anyone under the bus, but we do kick you into the deep end of the pool and get you going immediately. Tom Paris from Texas put together 3 deals in Dallas, right there in the conference room. Louis D'Agostino put together 2 signed deals. Jim Drayle put together 3 signed deals in Chicago. Fred Berry from Massachusetts had 2 deals, one of which made him $4,000 the week after he got home. Jane Koenig put together 3 deals. Rafael Valera from San Francisco put together a deal that made him $10,000 with only 2 days of work. Joe Grzelski from Fishers, Indiana, put together 4 deals after making 16 phone calls. John Veraplat made 4 offers and put together 3 deals. And the list goes on and on. Sorry to those I left off the list. I know that a lot more of you got a yes or 2 from sellers as well. Some of these folks had some real estate investing experience when they did this, and some of them were brand spanking new at it. Green as green can be, and they still pulled it off. They did it because the offer we're making is brain dead simple for a seller to accept. We're offering them exactly what they're looking for. It was an exciting day. After that, we settled down and I started teaching them how to build a mailing list, a free mailing list, one that costs little or nothing to build. Building a free list of buyers, sellers, and investors was one of the most important lessons I taught. No one believes me when I tell them how much a targeted list of buyers, sellers, and investors is worth, but when they see the numbers, they get very, very excited. It's been my experience that a good list as an asset is worth more than most people's real estate, and you can carry the whole list around in your pocket. Very easy. It can make you money for years and years if you know how to monetize it. My lists make me millions of dollars, and it doesn't look like it's going to dry up anytime soon. So then, after showing how to build the lists, I started showing everyone how to put together deals with sellers and then sell those houses in just a few hours, sometimes minutes. The folks who are building these lists are doing exactly that. None of this is brain surgery. You just do the work, follow the method, and the business builds. And the best part is you can put it all on autopilot. When you do this, things start happening without any input from you. I call this the snowball effect. Once you take action and start implementing these techniques and methods, and it takes a little while to get it set up and rolling, but then your business picks up momentum and pretty soon it's out of control and money is pouring in, and it's not really you that does the work. It just seems to happen on its own. One of the guys at the event came up with a new name for this phenomenon. He called it the spider web effect because everything we do is interconnected. Everything has multiple profit centers. For example, when you bring in a buyer, they can buy your house. They can buy a house that you don't own but control. They can make you money from a mortgage broker or from a realtor. They can become investors, and they can buy more houses from you in the future. We even have been developing a referral program to make sure that they send us all their friends. We also have a referral process for mentor students and for those who have purchased the Pushbutton method that automatically allows us to share our properties for sale with these other investors. They can sell ours and we can sell theirs. And it really is automatic. It has to do with the listing feed system that I set up for the listing websites. You'll see a free video below that explains how it works. Everything I'm teaching ties into these methods, and it keeps going deeper and deeper into more complex and profitable levels. But the big question I hear is, Joe, this is really complex. I just want to know how to get started. The big challenges for me was to keep it simple. I've been an investor for 25 years now. I've been teaching investing for 12, and I know a lot. It's hard to condense that knowledge into bite-sized pieces. Plus, if you look at all my systems together, they seem pretty complicated and a bit overwhelming as a whole. So I had to go back to beginner's mind. What I did was create a couple of quick start videos. Everyone who is new at this will be able to watch these videos and know exactly what they need to do on day 1, hour 1. You're going to learn the most important thing to do right away, which is to put together deals with sellers. I'll show you the type of deals to do, what to start with, what to do second, what to do third, and so on. When you use my system, you'll never be confused as to what you should be focused on, what you should be doing. Let me show you how I've laid all this out. Okay, pretty cool. Lots of free stuff. But you may want to purchase the upgrade to the full-blown push button method program and get access to everything on the site, including getting your own clone sites and autoresponders. As most of you know, my programs aren't cheap. My mentor program costs $10,000, and I'm getting ready to raise the price on that. I know that's expensive, but if you ask my successful mentor students, they'd all tell you that it's worth every penny. You actually learn to buy properties right in the conference room at the mentor buying events, and then go home and still get 6 months of personal support from me. Most of my students walk home from these events with $0 down deals in their pocket. My 3-day boot camp cost $10,000 a seat. My 2-day Las Vegas event cost $24.95 to attend, and I'm not even doing that one anymore. My consulting time cost $1,000 per hour just to talk with me. And people gladly pay these fees. They pay because what I charge is only a small fraction of the value that my students take away from my programs and advice. When they come to me, they know they're trading dimes for dollars. If I gave you $1 for every dime you gave me, how many dimes would you give me? I bet you'd come up with a whole lot of dimes. As you can see from all the student success stories and videos, my programs are worth every penny that I charge, many times over. The only way you can attend my 2-day buying event is to join my 6-month mentor program for $10,000. The complete push-button method program is 1/10 the price of my mentor program, less than 10 cents on the dollar. It's $997, or you can pay a little more and break it up into 2 monthly payments of $499 each. I'm also going to give you a guarantee that makes it very hard to walk away from this offer. And I'm going to read it for you. 100% money-back guarantee. I, Joe Crump, guarantee that you will learn enough from the push-button method program to really make a difference in your real estate investing business. You'll learn to start making deals within days of getting started. You will have the knowledge to confidently go out and make no-risk offers that make you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 with only a few hours of work per deal. You will know how to find sellers who are extremely motivated and will sell to you under the terms, price, and conditions you need to make a quick profit. And the sellers will thank you for taking the property off their hands. I guarantee it'll work in your town. We've used these techniques in every state of the Union. We've used it in Canada, the UK, Australia, parts of Europe, Malaysia, and Costa Rica. It works in high-end markets and low-end markets. It worked during the boom, and now it's working in the down market. It even works with properties that are upside down on their mortgage in areas like California, Las Vegas, Florida, and the East Coast. The reason it works in all these circumstances is because its effectiveness is not determined by market value. It's determined by the fact that you can control real estate without money or risk, and you can solve people's problems with the techniques I teach. If I don't deliver, if this doesn't work, if I don't give you at least these powerful business building techniques and systems, if it doesn't absolutely blow you away, I don't even want to keep your money. I'll give you back the entire purchase price. But I promise you it will work if you do the work. You can see the results from the interviews of my students if you scroll down the page right here below us on the site. And those interview videos are free. Here's the deal. You have 60 days to decide whether or not I'm fulfilling every promise that I'm making to you right now. If you decide that I haven't done that, if you don't feel that what you've received up to that point, 60 days into the program, is the best real estate training you have ever seen, the best system for building a complete automated real estate investing business, the best system for buying real estate with no money and no credit, just give me a quick call. I don't need to talk to you. Just leave me a message and I'll give you all your money back. No questions asked. No hard feelings, and you can go on your way. But my bet is that you will see the value of what I'm putting on your plate. I've been doing this stuff for 25 years, and I've seen it work over and over again. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see the value of creating a profitable step-by-step system for buying and selling real estate and making a regular, predictable income every single month. That's my guarantee to you. Now, with that said, I want to say if you're thinking about buying my program, downloading the materials, and then asking for a refund, please don't buy it. If you aren't someone who's planning on taking action on this program and just want to do a little test run to see if you're going to like this stuff, this program is not for you, and I ask you not to buy it. I've seen too many folks who aren't serious. I guarantee that you won't make a dime with my information if you don't do anything. This is anything but a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a bona fide business building program, and I ask you to treat this purchase like an honorable business person and not take advantage of my very liberal guarantee. On a brighter note, this program is 100% tax deductible. That means if you're paying 33% taxes and 9% state, local taxes, you'll get 42% of the cost of buying this home study course back on your tax return. That works out to a tax refund check of about $418. Now, you can check with your accountant for how it impacts you personally, but a deduction like this makes it an investment in your future, a substantially less expensive proposition. I'm also going to give you a few free bonuses worth over $6,000. First of all, I'm giving you a 30-day free trial membership to my Real Estate Cash Flow Secrets membership. When you order now with your credit card, I'm going to lay in your hands 30 days of my exclusive Real Estate Cash Flow Secrets membership for free, no strings attached. Without blushing, I can tell you that this is the best real estate investing newsletter on the planet. And you get a monthly CD audio and video where I teach you the latest things I'm developing. Sometimes my newsletter gets these things before I get around to telling my mentor group about it. All this is mailed to your door, and it normally costs $39.95 a month. If you like it, do nothing, and your monthly membership will continue, and you'll be charged to your card. You can cancel at any time. If you don't want it, or you don't want to get the free trial, or you're already a subscriber, all you have to do is uncheck the box on the order form. The second bonus is pretty amazing. You will get the right to use, for your own use only, the copyrighted web pages that I created for the push button method for buyers, sellers, investors, and your partners and back office people. If you knew what you were doing, and you were a marketing genius like me, and you got a good deal with a website builder, you could have pages like this created. But to have a copywriter of my caliber write them, it would easily cost you $10,000 per website. And you'd have to pay extra if you wanted them to write your autoresponder messages, which I think are just as important as the website itself. If, instead of getting my program, you bought a couple of websites from another real estate teacher, they would easily cost you thousands of dollars. You probably know some of the ones I'm talking about. One that I know of that doesn't include half of what I'm giving you cost $5,995. I know other real estate web pages you can buy that are not very effective marketing tools, by the way, and they cost even more than that. One of my investor friends just purchased a website for over $6,000, and he doesn't even use it. When he saw my system, he couldn't believe it. He switched over, and now he's using mine. The one he bought wasn't tested and proven like my sites, and was a complete waste of his money. We didn't just build these sites and start selling them without testing them. We've been using and tweaking them, some of them for years, and they've proven over and over again that they work wonders for your pocketbook. You'll still need to have someone put these up on a server for you, but the hard work is already done. It typically costs about $500 to set this stuff up on a server if you hire someone to do it for you. I used to have a guy who did this for my students, and he charged $500 for the setup, and he did a great job. But I started to notice that this was so expensive for folks to get started with that they often couldn't afford to get them set up, and I felt that was a waste. They're leaving money on the table and making their job 10 times harder without them. So I hired a really smart guy to write a bunch of code and create a way that we could set up these sites for you with the click of a button, completely personalized, with your name, company name, domain names, and you're going to need 4 unique domain names, by the way. Those will cost you $8.99 each per year, so about $40 a year total for your domain names. So I'll set up the entire push-button system at no charge on my server and connect you into my autoresponder so you have your own account. All the autoresponder messages and opt-in forms are set up along with this. It's a very cool program. It took months and months to build, and frankly, it cost me a lot more than I originally planned on spending. But that cost is on my shoulders, not yours. All I ask is that you help me offset my server costs and autoresponder costs, and I charge $79 a month for that, and you can cancel it any time. You'll never see a better deal like this on a complete internet real estate investing system. I guarantee it. One more thing I need to reiterate. This program is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If that's what you're looking for, go somewhere else. I know this is pretty straight talk, but I assure you that I'm not trying to be glib or offensive. If you don't take action on what I teach, you won't make any money. Although I think real estate investing is the best way in the world to make money, and the easiest and the most fun, and even though 80% of the millionaires in the history of the world made their money in real estate, you've still got to be realistic about this. This is a business building program, and you must treat it like a business to succeed. I'd also ask you not to buy this package if it's going to be a financial hardship for you. Also, please don't buy if you're a whiner, a complainer, a habitual refunder. I just don't want you in my life. Take responsibility for your own success. Learn what you need to learn from me, and then go out and take action on what you learn. If you do, you will succeed. It's up to you. You owe it to yourself and to your family to get your hands on this enormous push-button method program. When you look at the true bottom line of what I'm offering, I don't think any investor who really wants to excel in real estate can afford not to invest in my program. And at the risk of sounding like an infomercial, I still think you need to ask yourself an important question. Don't you think you owe it to yourself, your family, and the ones you love to move on this incredible opportunity? Take action now, while it's fresh in your mind, and get instant access to all the videos, audios, forms, contracts, websites, tools, everything you need to build a profitable real estate investing business, and the over $6,000 in free bonuses mentioned earlier. The push-button method system will give you the powerful cash-generating skills you need to skyrocket your investments and profits through the roof forever. All the hot deals and real estate sales for your business are there waiting for you to capture them. All you need is the knowledge to move forward. Order with your credit card or debit card right now. Just click on the Buy Now button right below this video. You can pay it in one lump sum of $997, or I'll finance it for you over 2 months for $499 a month. As soon as you enter your information, the program will be unlocked and you will have full access instantly. You can be making offers within a few short hours. I'm not kidding here. I've designed this program to get you up and making offers within a few short hours. I'm really going to kick you into the deep end of the pool and get you started. You can also pay by PayPal. My account name is Joe Crump at joecrump.com. Make sure to give us all your contact information when you order. Or you can call in your order by calling 317-598-1220. Just leave your name, address, phone number, email address, credit card number, and expiration date on my voicemail, and we'll send you an email with your password in 24 business hours or less. Make sure to tell us which payment plan you'd like. Or you can mail a money order. Make out the money order to Crump Publishing Incorporated and send it to 4040 East 82nd Street, Suite C-9-202, Indianapolis, Indiana 46250. The payment plan is not available if you pay by monthly money order. Do it right now. What do you got to lose? My push-button method for real estate investing will get you there, but you have to take the first step. You have to make the choice to make a change, to make a difference. You can be the author of your own life. You can determine the person you want to be. It's not rocket science. You just have to have the right knowledge and a willingness to take action. So go to the order page right now and get started on this incredible home study program. The best thing you're going to take away from this push-button method system is the promise of a new life. You can finally accomplish what you've always dreamed of. You can finally become the person you knew you were meant to be. Whatever you decide, I wish you the best of all good things, and I hope that someday soon we can be working together and part